Hello and welcome to another update video on gold. Guys, I think it's time again for a larger time frame update for gold. Honestly, not much happened. I didn't have time to make an update yesterday, but nothing changed. But therefore, I think it's good on the weekend. We take some time, zoom out a little bit, take a look at the gold spot chart, and then take a look at the short-term chart. This is the bigger picture, obviously. I mean, again, the structure hasn't changed, but it's good to be aware of the larger degree structures that could play out here. We are, and that's been my view for quite some time, in the late stages of a long-term upside impulse, which started here in 2015. I mean, this is a part of an even larger upside impulse, yeah. Which started a long time ago. But basically, from the swing low here in 2015, we do have a wave 1, we do have a wave 2, we do have a wave 3, we do have a wave 4, and then this here could be a wave 5. And you might say, but that is so long, this fifth wave. But it's been my chart for the last few years, and the idea that we go higher certainly was correct, just based on charts, guys. And for those of you who've been following here on the over the last few years, been constantly bullish on gold, and we've been waiting for exactly this market phase where gold just would go to, I don't want to say to the moon, that's not true, but would really go into its parabolic phase in an internal third wave of a larger fifth wave. And also it's important to understand that gold often is very aggressive in a fifth wave, whereas in other asset classes it's often the third wave. The fifth wave is often the most aggressive, and that's not me telling you that. There's just the data. I mean, just look at the data, look at the chart, and also it's just part of what Elliott Wave teaches us. It's just very well known that especially gold and silver, the metals especially, in larger degree structures, the weekly chart, the daily chart, often extend in their fifth waves. So if we were here in the crypto sector, I would probably change the structure to something different. But in gold, that's not needed because this wave count works. It has worked for a long time, and I see no reason to change it. Okay. It also means that we might have struck a major top already. It's not my preferred interpretation. That's why I've labeled it as alternative. But I smell a blow off top incoming, right? So I've been very bullish on gold and silver over the last few years. I'm not bearish yet, but I'm cautious. And so we have to give the market room to form a fourth wave correction. There are two pathways that I'm watching here. The first one is, it's basically one scenario, but I have a couple of different, let's say, short-term scenarios that could play out within this framework. And so the first one is, as shown in white, that we have a wave 1, a wave 2, the wave 3 already finished, the wave 4 finished, and we're now in the fifth wave of the fifth wave, and so on. So that we're really getting into the late stages. So these are two scenarios in which the market could still form another high. And basically in this fifth wave that started down here in July, we could get one more high, but need to hold above the $3,815 level to leave that, or to keep that as a very plausible interpretation. Because a break below this 50% retracement would indicate that a larger correction is unfolding. I will show you that again on the smaller time frame, the microstructures. But on the, in this scenario, highlighted in orange, the wave 4 that presumably bottomed here and finished in July is still unfolding. And it is the wave 4 that kind of aligns with this wave 2 that bottomed in October 23 in wave degree. Okay, in this scenario, we could technically give it room down to $2,817, even though that would be very deep for a fourth wave, but it's technically valid and possible, which means the risk is very high here. And also in the very short term, and I tried to be very clear about that over the last couple of weeks, I do not assume that we have a local low completed here in this wave structure, in this support zone. So currently the upper support is still holding, and I'm just waiting here for further evidence at the moment, right? That we have, for example, started at least maybe a B wave bounce. This is all very small. We haven't really seen a healthy B wave bounce it might still happen. You will see on the smaller time frame, I'm still tracking that orange B wave bounce. I think the orange count with a larger correction has a high likelihood, and I do not see any evidence that a low is in. So the correction is expected to unfold a little bit further. Let's take a look at the short-term gold chart. But honestly, the reason why I didn't make a video yesterday is just super boring. I mean, certainly this correction that we're dealing with, which I'm labeling a fourth wave, is doing what a wave 4 is supposed to be doing. Yeah, it's just supposed to be boring. Yeah, that's what they normally do. And so, or what they are. They give us boredom, you know, from a chart point of view. Anyway, it's not doing much, right? So it's just what a wave 4 usually does. It's deceptive, it's boring, and I'm not necessarily talking about this internal fourth. I'm just talking about what I just showed you here. This fourth wave, which could complete directly, showed you that, or the larger degree fourth wave, which might still be unfolding. And once this B wave is done, we might go lower. So I don't really have very, very clear microstructures. I mean, there are many pathways that could unfold here. In the white scenario, I have to say this is still valid. We have a wave A, a wave B, and this C wave could still be playing out. 1, 2, 3. I mean, is this still 4? Maybe it's unfolding as a triangle. I don't really have a very reliable triangle count at the moment. And then one more low. To be honest, it could turn into a triangle if it follows the structure like this. Let me put that onto the chart for you. I don't think it's a completed triangle yet, but wave 4s can be triangles. And again, I'm talking about the micro structure here. Low confidence count, but could be an A, B, C, D, E. This is how a triangle would look like. Yeah, there's no way I could call it complete unless I break the rules here. But yeah, if we see it break down below the swing low from Tuesday the 4th, that's probably a top in the triangle, and we're coming down to hit this 50% retracement level down there at around 3,817, and the 100% extension at around 3,815. So there's a cluster of support there, but it would take a break below this last low. So this week, I issued a bit of a warning, a word of caution that the momentum to the upside is weak, and we might easily, top in a fourth wave here somewhere. The market at least broke above this trend line. I'm going to remove it. It doesn't seem to be very relevant. And we're still holding below this signal line at 4,058, which I have on the chart as well, which would be invalidation of the triangle and then would shift the focus to a larger B wave. I mean, I would still like to see that larger B wave, but I also recognize that, this B wave might be a triangle, okay? So there are many combinations. I just want to point out that a larger B wave would not be a surprise, and a larger B wave would not make me bullish directly. It would just be a sign, okay, finally, the bulls are showing up, and this B wave could unfold now, which would then lead to a C wave decline that I showed you on the larger time frame. So basically, as we're starting a new trading week, not yet, but soon, pay attention to this triangle. Yeah, that green line, 4,059, if that's broken, it should shift the focus towards this resistance area between $4,088 and $4,287, but I have no evidence at this stage that a larger correction is over. So that's the update on gold. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, in our stocks membership, we cover gold and silver regularly. This is the Patreon link. You find that in the description. And if you're wondering where you can actually trade gold futures, we do have a partnership with XTB. They are a fully regulated broker. They operate in most regions around the world. I know our community is global, and therefore I wanted to, cooperate with a broker that I use myself, but also with one that's active across the world and accessible to our community. They do offer gold CFDs, so I'm here on the XTB platform. You can search for gold, and they do have gold CFDs that they offer. They closely mirror the GC futures chart that I'm using in the analysis, so you can trade the same market moves without needing a separate futures account. There are over 10,000 instruments available, from Forex, commodities, and indices to crypto CFDs and ETFs. To be honest, we as MCO, we have various channels. As you know, we've got a Forex channel. Some of you might not even know that. We've got a crypto channel. You don't even know that maybe. And, they do offer all the different instruments there. You can even set up ETF investment plans, earn interest on your balance, and trade with zero commission up to 100,000 euros per month. Account setup is quick, deposits and withdrawals are free, and it's just a very very clean platform. The only exception is now that it's not available for clients based in the US. If you'd like to support the channel and the MCO project, and maybe if you're looking for a new broker anyway, then feel free to use the link below. It's an affiliate link. By signing up through that link, you are directly supporting what we're building here at MCO on our different channels, and we can continue to give you additional updates every single day. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.